My back is like that, so don't pay no attention to it.
Good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. And I hope everyone's doing well. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, please. Share and subscribe if you haven't already. So, today's topic is going to be about grief and loss. So, as you've seen below the thumbnail, I do have a special guest that will be joining us. He had lost his mother last year, probably just right before the fall season. And I thought it would be very therapeutic for him to come and be a part of this. It doesn't matter how long someone has been gone, the feelings are still there. And sometimes the grief of the situation and the loss is very overwhelming. So I thought that I would invite Bryan on to talk about his journey through what he went through after his mother passed away and things like that. Hey, Laura, welcome in. Because I felt like it would be beneficial to people that are currently going through the same thing. So I'm going to bring Bryan up. So this is the guy that you always see in the chat that's such a lovable fella. So I am going to add Bryan up here if I can do it. And there's Bryan.
I'm not.
There he is. He was so worried about his hair, and I thought I was high maintenance. So there is Bryan. You see him in a lot of chats.
I gotta go to telephone.
We have really grown to think a lot of Bryan. We love him just like he was part of the family.
Is Laura typing in there?
And we're working on his volume a little bit.
All right, I'm on two. Okay, I see.
There is Bryan. We'll give it a few more moments to let some people come in for those notifications to get out. And so.
Hey, I picked a nice background, Laura. What do you think?
Yep. So, Bryan, how are you doing today? You doing okay? You was telling me you had a doctor's appointment.
Yes, yesterday.
He don't look his age, does he? Looks like a young man up there. He looks like he's 30.
Turn 56.
56. I'm 61, so.
Hi, Laura.
Laura didn't hear your question, Bryan.
Just let her know I could see her typing.
Here, I'm going to put it over on you that way. There you go. And Laura said she's the middle child at 59, and she said she didn't hear your question.
Oh, I'm looking at it. No, Laura, this is something that I think I better purchase on my StreamYard.
Yeah, he's talking about Laura purchase on his StreamYard where he has vast amounts of backgrounds and stuff. Look at that precious smile, I'm telling you.
These are reading glasses. I see a little child. Oh, Gina, you want to tell about the background, the other background I had?
Oh, he had a real fancy background. It looked like one of those 6-figure homes in the background. I guess it.
I didn't know that's what it was. I said, Gina, let me check the backgrounds.
Yeah, you can, I guess, purchase something and they provide you with different backgrounds and stuff. But anyway, let's go back to that double exposure there, and let's get started. So I picked out some passages in the Bible that I thought that would be very appropriate to this live. And the first one is Psalm 34, 18th verse. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit. And then another one in Matthew chapter 5 verse 4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And in John chapter 14 verse 1, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. So what we're going to do, Bryan, is I know sometimes when someone passes away that there's a lot going on, and you were probably the main person that had to do all the planning and get things together. And yet, I'm sure you were grieving for your mother. I know you loved her a lot. So tell us, Bryan, what was some of the things that were you overwhelmed with things that you had to do in that time?
Well, like getting her up, she had to change or go from the bed to wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
You can't drop somebody lifting.
Yeah.
Gave me all the time.
I I think that sometimes when someone passes, and I know you took care of everything, that during this time, maybe some of your, you got to plan things for your mom. And you know that sometimes all this activity kind of takes your mind. You're mourning, but then you're busy, and it's just a mixed emotion. I know it can wear you out. So, in the middle of all the taking care of things, I think after everything is settled, and it takes a while. So, Bryan, what were the thoughts that were going through your mind after the you got everything taken care of, and it was a quiet moment? What was going through your mind during that time?
I was for about a week or so. I get up, forget that she was gone. Wake up at the same times and through the night, go to check on her, and then she wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm answering it right.
Yeah, Bryan, I know you took good care of your mom, and that's a, Bryan, that can be a very large responsibility sometimes. And it just, people deal with grief differently. But I know this, Bryan, that, even though your mom did have dementia, I think there at the end that she looked at you and thought, what a great job that I have done with my son, the things that I have taught him, that she could actually see in you that, she was very proud of. I know my mother in law had dementia, and I think a lot of times their mind goes back to um, years ago, but I really think, Bryan, that your mother was really, and I'm sure God impressed this upon her, that, you know, I raised an awfully fine son, that you emulated what you were taught by your mother. And I really believe she was proud of all of her children. But I do know, Bryan, that your dad passed away, you had a sister pass away, and then your mother. So the only two alive is you and your brother. And I know you shared with me earlier.
One live here, and I got one more older one.
Oh, do you? And it's really hard. And, you almost have to be in the right state of mind to really, deal with the death of other people, because you're so emotional. We can be very emotional, but, sometimes it's like this, sometimes we love people, and we know that people are born and eventually they will pass.
Yeah.
That's why we have to condense all those moments in together and take advantage of our time with our loved ones. And I know you did with your mom. I know you spent a lot of time with her.
Yeah.
And let me let
long.
Yeah.
He talked about being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like I would leave to go somewhere. He was here with her. I was wondering how she was going to respond. Would she do something if I'm gone? You know, that she wouldn't do when I was here. Would she get up or something if he turned his head?
Yeah.
That's overwhelming.
Yeah, because you know when you love someone, you worry about them and their well-being, and yes, it can be very it can make you very nervous and anxious for sure, but you handled it very well. I know you have medical problems yourself, but you handled it so well, and you're to be commended for that, Brian.
Yeah, it's not many here that you can get to do that.
Yeah,
She helped me through my life with so many problems. I think that's returned it back to her was just a well,
yeah,
I guess some people would say it was that hard. It was fun to help her out. I always
yeah.
thought to myself,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do what I was supposed to do for her. That'd be different at the end.
Right.
But maybe that's good to have that on your man.
Yeah, I think sometimes those moments that we spend with our loved ones, it's really important. We never know when something may happen to us.
That's right.
And, I always say that I believe in telling someone you love them because tomorrow is not promised
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want any regrets. And, I think it's a wonderful thing that not many men could successfully go through the process. You took care of her and you probably seen that the bills were paid. I mean, it's a multifaceted thing that you did.
That's the
And
things that come today that they just don't stop for a period of time.
right.
Like, oh boy, and just put it away, read it, and put it away.
But Brian, I think that a lot of times, I think God prepares us for the future happenings. And I think that, even though Laura and myself have not seen you in person, but God definitely put us in your life.
Oh
I
yeah,
There is no doubt. And it's amazing how people can feel so close to someone and have never really been in their presence. But I feel like, I feel blessed myself. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much.
yeah. I mean, I get the phone adjusted. We can
Hmm.
all this out.
Yeah. And I think He puts people in your life where you need them the most. Probably 2 years ago, you never thought that this little feisty red haired by the beauty salon would come into your life like a ball of fire. But, and you know how I am, and you accept me for me because I love you. You know that, right?
hmm
You're like, Lord have mercy, where'd this woman come from?
Yeah, we talked the first time, so we got to know each other good then. When we talked the last time,
Mm-hmm.
well, you put me up on there and make sure that I look okay to be on camera. Ha!
Yeah. Well, and see, sometimes we get a little apprehensive with our mechanics here on these computers, but I
I
knew you could
figured it
do
out.
it.
Figured it out. So
See what people can do with a little bit of having a person that's really calm and just, it kind of calms you down and you don't feel as
yeah,
anxious
I get
about it.
sometimes well, most of the temples when that sciatica bothers me bad. I tell people just don't pay no attention to it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have if it ain't hurting or something. The tremors, I guess, are better than the pain.
Yeah, so we need to be in prayer for Brian as well as his brother because Brian's got some things he's going through, and his brother's having problems with his memory. And we really need to pray for both of them Because Bryan, I know he once a caregiver, always a caregiver.
Huh?
And I know Bryan probably puts other people first before himself. So we really need to be praying for Bryan. You want to give him the report? You went to the doctor and what happened today?
What? What I told you earlier?
Yes.
That's just I gotta go back and get a CT scan. See if I got any kidney stones. Yeah.
But I just figured that a lot of yours has to do with, when you were a child and what you had went through with your walking. And, that's one thing about age,
Yeah.
it
I
creeps up on you.
was in wheelchair for 2 years. Only son.
hmm
They don't know why. They don't know how I came out of it. So.
But I also think that people, when it comes to talking about loss and the loss of a loved one and being able to talk to people like you've never seen me and Laura in person, but yet I think you trust both of us with your innermost thoughts. I really do.
I think some of us can tell something about somebody when we see them.
Oh yeah, there's always that sense about. But yes, when I love someone, I'm really, really protective, and I beat somebody down
Like that too.
over somebody. Sorry about that, Lord. I'm got good intentions, but I would. But
Yeah,
that's just me. I mean,
I too.
oh man, I get all wound up.
I said something to my mother and I didn't hear it. I'm like, what did you say? I asked her first, what did she say?
Right.
That's her. And then I told her, well, she couldn't tell me sometimes. I
Yeah.
wanted to tell you, I shouldn't even ask her the first time.
But I believe that her influence in your life all through your childhood made you the man that you are today. And you're fantastic, Bryan. You really are. You really emulate your Christian, and we can tell. And you really emulate that every day. You really do. And I know that your mom, I know that you're from the loss of your mother. I'm sure that you have days where you have memories and you look at things that belong to her and it brings back memories and it hurts. It really does, but
Get these down
uh-huh.
waves. We could go out the driveway, be going up the road, and it's like, and then it switches back around.
Yeah, sometimes the memories that is associated, the loss, the missing that person is really overwhelming. It really is. And no one knows that until they've been through that, but
I realize that, I guess deep down is 100% that,
hmm
yeah, I can feel a presence. I can tell you that.
yeah, she loved you very much, Bryan, and your other siblings and her husband. And I'm telling you, sometimes the memory of people, the person may pass, but their memory is always there with you. I think that possibly the reason why you can feel that is because to me, I never met your mother, but just by general observation, here you talk about her, that she was very loving and she always put you guys first no matter what. And I believe that she groomed you children in the fashion that, you know, um, she knows one day that you two will be back together again. That's why I did that thumbnail of the cross and all those people going up to heaven. That's why I did that. And I did that specifically for that reason.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very tech savvy, but every now and then I have my moments.
They say knock that out of the park. Make that the old saying.
Yeah. Well, there's another one, a passage in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 14. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to weep and a time to mourn. And like I said, everyone mourns differently. I have so many memories of my grandma. And hey, Ginger, welcome in, sweetheart. There's Bryan, Ginger. That's the one I'm tease all the time. I miss her, but not sad because she's in heaven, right? And sometimes, guys, it's hard to let go of people, but God has a plan for everyone. And, uh, for example, God was, Jesus was the Son of Man, and he wept at Lazarus' funeral. Of course, he did raise Lazarus from being deceased. And yeah, even Jesus wept at the funeral of Lazarus, even though he was the Son of Man. Good to see you, Ginger. But Lazarus, Mary and Martha were his sisters. And let me do the biblical part of it. Let me see if I remember this. But Mary and Martha were Lazarus' sisters. So during the time that Jesus was gone, their brother had passed away. And so when Jesus came back, Martha hastened to meet him, raising her hands imploringly toward his face, and with suppressed emotion cried out loud. She said, I know that thou hast been here. My brother had not died. And Jesus said to her, your brother shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. So what this is in reference to, guys, that all the people that have passed on before, when Christ comes back, all these people will be risen from the grave. So I felt like that bringing up Lazarus that was resurrected, and guys, in the end, those that have died and were in Christ will all be resurrected, and they will go up with him. So I felt like that was so appropriate, Lazarus and his sisters, Mary and Martha. So Jesus did resurrect Lazarus from the grave. Of course, Lazarus eventually passed. But, and like it says, Jesus wept at the funeral of Lazarus. Okay, Bryan, I'll quit talking so much and give you the floor.
I was thinking about 50 things I was going to say.
Because I was talking so much, I know.
I see Ginger, she's still there.
Huh?
I know Laura's there, but I said Ginger, she came in, didn't she?
Yeah, Ginger's in there. And we're just...
I think I'm sitting beside a brick wall.
Yeah. But like I said, I think all of us females were put in your life for a reason. You seem to be closer to us than you would be a male. And I can see that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You pick your friends and relatives wisely, right? Bryan said, I wish she'd get out of my mind. No. Did I scare you, Bryan? And Ginger is out there.
What we do, we get to, we're able to joke with each other or laugh at something somebody else says.
Yeah.
All of us got a little bit in common.
Bryan's got the darkest. Hey, Goga, welcome in, sweetie. Long time no see.
Hey, Goga.
And this is Bryan, Goga. Thank you, Goga. So,
I thought it was going to be Laugh Out Loud. Oh.
So, having Bryan on, that he, lost his mother last year. Was it around about the beginning of fall, Bryan?
September the 27th.
So that was close. So, I felt like this would be beneficial for people that have lost people recently or in the past, that a lot of times, it's really hard, people grieve differently. And but still there's pain with loss, there's pain. And sometimes people, and I believe that God puts people into other people's lives that can help them the most. And sometimes I think there's a period of preparation before this very heartbreaking thing happens to someone, so that they can give support to that person. Guys, life is short, and people need people. They really do. And sometimes, God, He knows exactly what He's doing, and He will send people to you to help you.
That's true.
He knows the future, He knows the past. But there's a thing that, even though that you have lost someone that you love dearly, it's and right here it says, as proof positive, I've got my notes here, guys. Let's see. And it says, God's comfort is such that He will never allow anything to come your way that is too much. And I'm sure you guys have heard this, for
Yeah.
you to handle. He always provides a way of recovery. And one of His favorite ways to help us get through grief is by encouraging us to comfort others. Bingo, right there.
Yes.
Yeah, and losing a pet's hard too. How well, I look at it like this. During my caregiving experience, I went into that knowing that I had older people and they could pass away. But you know what, guys? I never thought about that. I thought about getting them through each day. And they're going to pass because they're older, but you don't dwell on that. You don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow may never come anyway. We don't know. And that's how I got through it, and the way I comforted after, the loss and the children and the husband of these people. I just said, I said, it's hard, but the thing that's going to get you through this is comforting, thinking about those good times you shared, thinking about all the opportunities you got to love that person, and you did it fully without reservation. And to think about those times, say, death comes to all of us. But to think about the lighter side of it, like, look how many years I had with this person. Look how many amazing times we had. Look how many times that we told each other we loved each other. That is more precious than gold, you know.
My mother and father was married maybe 50 years.
Hmm.
I remember her. I think she told us that she passed away.
Yeah.
That being with somebody for 50 years, she said she didn't need nobody else.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of times, and,
Yeah.
losing a pet is stifling. Oh, gosh. And, there's women that they get married. And Brian Ginger said, I love how you connect with birds and post past loved ones. Yeah, that's true.
I love nature.
Yeah.
I had one of everything. Oh,
But yes,
yeah,
it's,
when I went to that thrift store, I had my eye on a roll top desk. I said, "How can I get that? How can I get that in the car?"
hmm yeah, Brian, he's a shopper. He's a shopper for sure. But I don't know. I mean, and people ask you, well, how can you love people that you've never met or whatever? People don't understand about connections. There is something that people exudes from their very spirit. And some people are easy to love. Let's face it. And Bryan just happens to be one of those. And I don't know, I don't know, just something that you feel about that person that you can't really explain it, right, Bryan?
That's right.
But it's there, and it's very enlightening, that because I'm picky. I just don't love anybody like I love you, Bryan. Laura, I didn't mean anything towards you, but it's not one of those. You know what I mean?
Like
But
a brother or like a sister.
right. Laura's like, "Oh no, she didn't." But
No, that's they what 3.5, 4 years ago,
yeah.
and that just came by a month ago. And I had, so wow, just
But
keep
I
that.
think there's different kinds of love. It's like you love people. I don't know. There's just different kinds of love. You know what I mean, but and when I love someone, I'm very protective, and I would jack somebody up. Sorry about that, Lord. I'm not that way. I would jack somebody up, and I know that sounds terrible,
We got to stand up in some kind of way.
right? I'm really protective, and I mean that, and you can tell.
I was like
You
that with her. I was like that with my mother.
you like, don't mess with her, or she'll.
Very protective.
Oh yeah, because there will never be anyone like your mother ever. Mothers are a blessing, and with Mother's Day coming that's next month, because this is April the 1st. And I know, Bryan, that you may have some difficult times during that time. It's Mother's Day, and you miss your mother. I know you miss her. And I know you probably always did special things for her. And
Oh, it's always bang or something.
oh, yeah, I know. But if you're feeling sad that day, just give me a phone call, okay?
Oh, I know that can.
If you want to talk about something, feel free to call me.
It's just
Because,
like some of the stuff in her room. I ain't moved. I mean,
right,
I mean, is that like something like it's in the middle of the floor you're gonna trip over? You know what I mean?
right.
I must have a leg. So looking over at the phones.
But, sometimes it kind of gives you a sense of peace to look at that, and you know your mom's gone, but still that was your mother's belongings, and you were respectful to your mother, and that's just to me that's an outward thing of what someone when someone loves someone.
That's right.
She's gone, but those were her things, and you're pretty special, Bryan, I tell you.
Yeah, I guess it is if you tell people a good thing behind you.
Yeah.
You don't always get, well, I don't know, I can't think of that word, rewarded on earth for everything.
Mhm.
But I guess if you believe, we can get rewarded later.
Right. And every good thing that we do for people while we're on this earth, God does acknowledge that. And I think you do get blessed for it because you bless someone else. And I think that's really the way it works. And,
That's true.
I think, I think that, the death of someone and their passing, and you know where they're going, gives you a sense of relief to know that, if you obey what's in this Bible and do as you're asked and pray, that you're going to be with her again one day in a different state. Your mother will not have all the afflictions that she had before.
Mm,
And you to know that one day that you will be with her, as that's why I put that thumbnail up there of showing people going up to heaven, because that was an illustration. And, this world's tough, guys. And we have to put that armor on every day because.
Right, every day. I don't know if my connection look right.
Oh, you're good. I don't see any inconsistencies at all.
A little clumpy like the screen.
Oh, you're good. I don't see anything breaking up or anything, but clear video. See that? You got clear video. Thank you, Bo. Good to see you, sweetheart.
Yeah, we first got on here, but I guess say 15 or 20 minutes, I guess, right?
Yeah, we got on here a little early, and sometimes
went through the settings.
Yeah, and I sent him another link, and that way he was able to come on up, and I calmed him down and said, "We'll get it done. Don't worry, don't worry."
And that's a new webcam, so I guess it's working right. That's the external.
And the many times that you were with your mother and calmed her down.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people need. Okay, Ginger, take care, sweetheart. Appreciate it. But all the times that I'm sure that you calmed your mother down, but Bryan, you need that too. You need somebody. You don't want to feel like you're alone. And I think, Bryan, you're a loner. I really do. I don't think you.
I stayed in so much with her.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to get used to. She'd want me to go out and do whatever, what I need to do or what I want to do.
Right.
But then people in the world, things are just so messed up, you don't know what nobody's going to do. You don't know where to go sometimes. I try to stay away from bad people.
Oh, yeah, because I tell you, I live in Indiana, Kentucky, where they're rough. That's where I was born. But, you turn, of course, I'm sure there's, every time you turn on the TV, somebody shot somebody or somebody shot at somebody and shot somebody else, an innocent person. It's so sad. But, yeah. I tell you,
I told her earlier, I said, I can't see I might have my regular glasses on. I don't get no bifocals. So magnifying glass.
There you go. That does it every time. But
and I think it does light up. Didn't you got one like similar to that?
Yeah, but it's smaller. Right there. Reason why I'm holding it away. It's a little one. Yeah. Then I have a real big one over here that'll blind all of you. You bring it down. Yeah.
I don't get bifocals in my other glasses. So sometimes I might have the other pair on. Bifocals make me trip up.
So does your brother live there in the house with you, I'm sure?
Yes, he does.
Does he? What's he doing right now?
Just sitting there and watching TV.
So you was telling me his health is not all that neither.
He's having a problem with memory. I don't know exactly what's causing it.
How old is he, Bryan?
60. 4 years older than me.
60 something.
Yeah, he did turn that September. Oh, it's 31st, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just to notice a little bit, my memory must be gone at 56.
Well, see, didn't think I was going to ask. Sometimes when you don't expect a question, so my answers, you just kind of go, I'm the same way. But yeah, my oldest sister passed away. Of course, my mother passed away when I was an infant. My dad died in 87. My grandparents are gone on both sides. And I tell you, sometimes you just learn to survive. You know what I mean? You just, every day is definitely a blessing that we get.
Yeah, it's just like when I took care of her for over 4 months. That makes you tough.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I could do that.
God definitely gave you the will to do it. He knew you had it in you. God knows what you have.
Every 4 hours,
Yeah.
you know.
God gives you the
I was
strength.
almost crawling right when she passed away. I didn't tell too many people. I tell them now.
God gives you the strength when you need it, and
Oh,
he all when it always when it's for good. I
that's the
truly
truth.
believe that.
I can tell you that's the truth.
Oh yeah.
I know. I can't. How you can do that for that amount of time, and
And I know it's been
I get
incredibly,
got to
yeah.
get strength. Uh huh.
I know it's been hard on you. You took care of her, and then she passed away, and then there's all the technical things that have to do with that. And it was really tough. I mean, you hung in there though,
Yeah.
one day at a time.
I just knew that I thought that was what I was supposed to do.
Right,
Yeah. And then I done it, and I was thinking about if I don't have the regret for not helping her. That's the
right. Of course not.
people
Yeah,
don't talk about that much, but I don't really. I'm not no better than anyone else, but that's one thing I can say is I done what I was supposed to done for.
right.
That
But
does help a lot. That makes a big difference.
oh yeah, and it's tough. Like I said, it's tough. You're mourning the loss, and then you have all these other things compiled on top of it. But they have to be done. You have to prepare for a funeral. Things have to be done and paid for, and this, that, and the other. And it can be, that's where God came in because I believe God was with you. He had to have been. I mean, that would have just crushed a lot of females. You're like, oh my, because I think females are a little more emotional than males are on certain things. But yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes I kind of didn't believe that she was gone. I guess that's normal too.
oh yeah.
Good memories don't have no bad memories.
Well, that's good. And that's the exact thing that gets people through their grief and their sorrow. Because I tell you, when that grief and sorrow gets a hold of you, it can go into depression and things like that. It really can. And it's good to be able to talk with someone. And I know you had a lot of prayers sent your way, and you know,
This thing
you
here, this camera, I must have a leg.
oh, you're fine. If you your chair kind of black disappears, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to work the kinks out of things, but yeah, it's
yeah, that's what I was doing. I was looking at to see where I might, settings and whatever.
I'm sure that a lot of times when you look at her things, you think about her. And I think sometimes a part of grief, a lot of times people find themselves looking for that person. I
Oh,
had a
I got up about a week ago.
mhm.
I don't know what time it was in the morning, and I went in there. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I was gonna do something, and then after I stood there for a little while, she won't dare. Like, no.
he was so used to her being there. And I think that's part of your grieving process where, in your mind, she's gone, but then the part of wishing she was there with you and the not believing that she's gone probably has a lot to do with that. And because, like I said, people deal differently with grief, and
I
it's,
think one thing I'm more thankful now for things than I was then.
yeah,
I don't have to. The little things means more to me. It don't have to be nothing special.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, having her being such a good person, that helped a whole lot too.
Oh, yeah, I can tell she was because I'm
But
looking at her byproduct right there. I
yeah,
know she was a good person. I know that for sure.
if people don't think about it, I guess
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be able to do that.
Well, I tell you, God gives you the strength and He picks you up and puts you back on your feet, even when you can't even stand on your own two legs. He really
Yeah.
does.
When I get up and do something, I just say I know that's what she would want me to do,
Right.
and then I just put the power behind it. I know she's behind it too. Go, go,
Yeah.
sitting so long. But what I'm saying, I tell a lot of people do what you can do because it will affect at the end. I think.
Yes, it does. And we should all, be willing to help someone in need. And God will put you in the direct path of people because that's happened to me many times. He will put you in a position where you can help somebody. And it's what you're supposed to do because, you can tell all good things come from God. And that's for sure.
That's true. It's the same.
And
I guess everybody has to go through something in life.
oh, yeah, life is a series of events. And here's another good one in the Second Corinthians: the God of all comfort comforts you in all your troubles, so that you can comfort those in trouble. So I think by people rendering their help to you kind of makes you, what it's saying, makes you so inclined to help someone else. Hey Don, welcome in. There's Bryan, Don. He's getting ready to blush. I see his face get. He's like, sister, behave yourself. I can't do that.
No, you're all right.
That's one thing about Bryan. I do say some things that they're not really bad, but just off the wall, and he just accepts me for me because he knows how I am.
Yeah,
And welcome in, Don. Good to see you.
I can take a joke. I can make a joke too sometimes.
What's that?
I can take a joke and I can make a joke.
Oh yeah, which is a good thing. Yeah,
See, I
we
always
all.
say some of my favorite people comes in this chat.
Your favorite. Wait a minute. No, I'm kidding. Don, you're his. He really thinks a lot of you, and I can tell. I'm teasing you, Bryan. I'll share you, but not.
Are we considered genuine? Am I going people? Or are we just
Hmm.
normal?
Yeah, but yeah, it's
Two sentences. You then adopted Laura.
yeah,
That's pretty tough.
yeah. Don. You're really special. If Bryan picked you just now, you're third in line. Remember that.
Yeah,
Bryan's like, would
that's
you
right.
listen to this woman? I told you, Bryan, I'm territorial like a pit bull. No, I'm kidding.
No, but it may be tougher, and I stand up for myself more now than I did before she passed away.
Yeah.
What had that? But it was a good thing that I stayed in.
Yeah.
It's like some people right here. I mean, they doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of friends and drugs. But I mean, what I'm saying, I went to school with.
Yeah. It's probably shocking to see some of the ones you went to school with that are now doing these bad things, and you look so young and they look like they're about 100 because of the drugs. I mean, it's not worth it.
I think green tea helps a little bit.
Bryan, Dawn said it's been great getting to know people on here. I feel very honored to meet you all. Same here, Dawn.
Yes,
Same here.
we like you too, Dawn. Ah,
But Bryan doesn't look his age. You say you're 56?
yeah, March.
You look about 36. Doesn't he look young?
I don't know. I take antioxidants.
You do look very young. Not a gray hair in your head.
I don't.
I didn't see any. I see some in mine, but you know what? The hairdresser will cover that up.
Yet.
It's not real bad, but yeah.
I'm reading Don's comment.
Yeah.
Getting to know people here.
But I think it's good to have people that can lift you up when you're feeling down and you can really talk to and really share things with guys. That's what it's all about. It's when you keep that inside, it eats you up. But if you're able to talk to someone you can trust and they can be of help to you and motivate you and comfort you, that's what it's about. We're put down here for a reason, and we should be able to do that. And not everyone is cut from the same cloth. Not.
It's just like us. It'll be like just maybe 10 of us in here.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't hard to forget that we know kind of like a lot about each other.
Yeah, I agree.
We can lay up. We don't go too far. You know what I mean?
Right. We know that we're harmless. See.
I know who basically I'm gonna see. You know what I mean?
Do what?
I said no. I know sometimes basically who I'm gonna see on here.
Oh yeah. And isn't it wonderful to be in the company of people that exudes friendship and actually love people, and it's not fake. It's real, and it's really a good feeling. That's right. Don said grief is a lot easier to deal with when you have people to help you get through. Yes.
That's true, Don. You're right on that.
Yeah, because we all.
Do I have a southern accent?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. But I do too. I was born in the South, but moved to Indiana when I was 6 years old. But yeah, it is good. There's certain people I believe that have the ability to really pinpoint people and what they're like. You can tell it's a gift, really.
Yeah.
That people can really pinpoint and know. I've been guilty of getting into people's minds, but that's another story. But yeah, it is. It's good. That's what this life should be about. The caring of other people, helping other people that need something, and just being a good person. So when you lay your head down on that pillow at night, you did what God expects.
That's true.
And God works through people. I mean, it's obvious that God does work through people. And I think, yeah.
Life is a little bit harder when you're a good person, I think.
Yeah. It is because you have to. There's a lot of things that go on in the world, and some of them are not so good, and you have to turn your back, and people will come after you, and it makes it hard too. But as long as you know what kind of person you are and what other people think of you is secondary. There's two things. I've said this, but it bears repeating. There's two things you can't change about people: what they do and what they say, because they're going to say it and do it anyway.
Yeah.
But we can change how we react to it. We know that, and some of it's hurtful, but we have to look beyond. My suggestion: if someone is not treating you the way they should, then just get away from them. And some people are so bent on revenge, or there's such a they spew venom, and they come after people that's not even bothering them, that stay to themselves, and they'll come after them. My gosh, grow up. People need to grow up. That stuff, like, I
Honestly.
mean, there's nothing worth being, just live through the situation. If you can't settle it, just walk away. And time does take care of everything. But some people will come after people. They really will, and it's wrong, but it happens. Be the adult, walk away, don't say nothing, be the adult. You know, Nothing's worth that. It takes more energy to be mean to somebody than it does to be nice. 'Cause
That's true.
negativity drains people, or it does me, and I try to avoid it, but
It don't cost nothing to be nice.
no, it doesn't.
Not one penny. After we got on here, the red bird come back to on that porch.
Ah, you know who that is. When they say when a red bird is near someone that has passed, he's really brightly colored, isn't he?
Oh yeah. You
Pretty.
got one right there that he just thinks he owns everything.
Yeah, they get territorial sometimes.
He don't like the other male cardinals too well.
Well, maybe they're hunting for their mate, and they don't like competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't want them to eat for some reason. He don't want them to. I don't know. He's something else.
He just thinks he owns the whole feeder, huh?
My camera going wiki for a second there.
I'm not sure if when that the Cardinals pick their mates, but he's wanting to show dominion is what he's doing over the stuff. But
Like I was reading up on what all different birds eat.
mm-hmm.
The cardinals mostly eat sunflower seeds,
Oh yeah,
but you
they
can
love
pick up
those.
some other stuff.
Yeah.
To learn about what they eat.
Mm-hmm.
Because they won't come back around, different birds, if you don't get the right food.
Right.
I had some cracked corn and wheat thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feed them that too.
They like that, what they call suet, and all it is fat off of something in a bag, and they'll come and peck at it.
Don't that have millet in it?
Yeah.
Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
mean,
yeah, that's a good hobby.
yeah,
Yeah.
little finches.
Yeah. They like that little thistle, that black.
I
Yeah.
said, I wonder what they can eat. They're so little.
I know, they're so tiny.
They eat them little bitty millet seeds or whatever they call them.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get bird seed that's got fruit in it. I was looking.
Yeah. Yeah, the special stuff.
I haven't bought that. Just had no fruit in it.
I don't have a bird thing out here because the windows are so high. I'd have to put a post up as big as a tall for me to be able to view it, but every spring in the corner there on the front of the house, a robin makes a nest. So I seen one flying back and forth, so there'll be more babies born.
Yeah,
So,
it's a beautiful thing to watch them feed the babies.
oh yeah,
Oh,
those
I
little.
got a hummingbird feeder, and it's called a mason jar hummingbird feeder.
Oh yeah,
Hold on a second, let me get it. Uh,
yeah. It's springtime where there'll be a lot of nests and stuff built. I'm sure.
no, it's I don't know. People get these to put jam in or what they do. Doesn't it show it? That's what it looks like.
Oh wow. Oh, you got that for the fruit for the bird. Your picture's breaking up just a hair there. There we go. Yeah, I can see. Take care of those birds.
Will it give you ideas, Laura? Wait, let's see.
I don't know why that's cutting out like that, but hang on. Yeah, we can see the fruit. I think he got something special through what'd you say, StreamYard that gives you all these different backgrounds.
Yeah, I couldn't get the regular background. That's weird. Look, it's got the little the rubbery things.
Mm-hmm.
It says oh, and hold my head back to read. I don't know. It's little rubbery things. It says
Oh
Mason
wow.
right there. I hadn't seen one before.
I had never seen one either.
Amazon has them. If you
I,
look,
I think hummingbirds are fun to watch. They're so tiny and their little wings, and they'll be coming in pretty soon.
is it focusing at all?
Yeah, I can see it.
That's weird.
Hmm.
I ain't never seen one
Yeah.
like that before.
I hadn't seen one either.
Do they still make mason jars that you can can in that small? I guess they do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I had it too close.
You had it too close. There we go. Sometimes it's getting used to something that's. There you go. Nectar. See, that looks like a little hummingbird, Brian.
It is on the top.
Yeah, they got the ruby throated.
Add some butterflies, Laura.
Yeah, hummingbirds are so little, and oftentimes when at the end of the season, they'll even ride on the backs of other birds. But their little wings, they're just so tiny.
Got a
But
mason jar top on it.
I was telling Brian, my husband got his finally got that windshield replaced, and there was a transponder on there. What that is, guys, if you ever go coming south, you're going to get they'll take a picture of your license and they'll send you a bill instead of having a toll booth. Now this we're paying for this bridge between Indiana and Kentucky. So if you have the transponder, the camera will it sticks to your windshield and the camera on the bridge will pick it up and it saves you a few pennies. So when they took replaced my husband's windshield, he had to go get another one. But yeah, if you're coming and it gets a picture of your license and boom, you get a bill. And if you're going back, it does the same thing.
Aggravating.
You know, we're paying for that bridge that goes across to Kentucky. So it's like a toll, but takes a picture of your license and sends you a bill.
These little
Well,
things,
ain't that nice of them to help? We're helping them pay for the bridge that they built.
these little it's glass and the little things that go in it, it's
Hmm.
rubber. It's like it's not real smooth right there.
Does it? Oh, wow.
I don't know. You would think it would rust the top of it after you put water in it.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and conclude. I have to run to UPS to drop a package off, which I don't understand because it's not that big. Then I got to come back home and get Bryan's prepared to go out tomorrow. I'm still not done. I got to work on two more. You would think that I didn't do anything.
A pretty necklace that you have on.
That's the one I got from Laura. That's that Pauline. What's that name again, Laura? Pauline Raider. Yeah, isn't that pretty? Laura
Yeah.
said these things sell for like $500 a piece. So yeah, then I kind of down toned the metal on my earrings. Those are amethyst to match. Pauline Raider. Thank you, Laura.
It's a vintage or supposed to be vintage.
It's I'm not for sure. I don't know what Pauline Raider. I don't know if she was someone that is it older, Laura? I don't know, but yeah, it articulates on that. It's got that right there. Isn't that pretty? 1970s.
55, was that right? I was born in 69, I guess.
Yeah, this is from the 70s.
I'm told the world my age now.
And Laura, the clasp, of course, that's the first thing's going to wear out because if you wear it a lot. And the person that I think what they did, the reason why that cartouche isn't on there was because someone changed out the clasp. And when they did, maybe the Pauline Raider was on the thing and they took it off and never. She was an American jewelry designer, and all her components are designed by her, made in the U.S. But yeah, isn't that lovely?
USA, it's good.
And like I said, I wore these are silver and they're amethyst, but the metal kind of meshed with the necklace, so that's how I wore it. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful the way it's made.
Isn't it though? And all of these very, very nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I have to have the unique going on up in here. So I think we're going to close, you guys. It's been really amazing having Bryan on here. If he wants to come back, he can anytime.
Yeah, man, we can do it more often.
Yeah, it's around. It found a good home right there.
There's something when I turn my head.
You're very welcome, and I think the crowd thoroughly enjoyed you, Bryan. And it's always good to. And if you want to come back on anytime, just let me know. I know that you haven't been feeling the best because you've had sciatica, and I tell you, no one knows what that's like because those from your back going down into your the pain radiating like that.
It's strange.
Oh yeah, and I'm so glad that you came on, Bryan. I think this has been wonderful. You ever want to come back?
Just
let me know.
Better on the next one.
You're fine, Bryan. If you just as long. Well, good. Just as long as you feel like it, Bryan. I don't want you to be in a lot of pain, okay? Do they have you on pain medicine?
I've been taking Tylenol. They want me to take gabapentin.
No. Because that will make you fall.
I'm trying to stay away from something like that.
But gabapentin is a controlled substance over here in Indiana. I don't know what they mix it with, but it will make you stumble. And if you fall with sciatica, that's their go-to, gabapentin. But if you can avoid any pain medicine, try to.
Yes, Don, it's true. She said the sciatica is horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nerves in the base of your spine.
I had it goes all the way down. I be walking and do it, or if my leg will go numb.
Oh, I hate my husband went through that. He's still it's really sad and
It gives me the jitters, like I get too sometimes. It's the nerve.
oh yeah, the nerves, man. I had pinched nerves from my neck going down my arm. I tell you what, it feels
Uh,
like it's on fire.
ain't fun.
I know how it feels. So, Brian, we're going to go ahead and close. Do you want to close this in prayer, please? Pretty please?
Yes. Lord, we
All righty then.
everything that you've done for us. We want to thank you for this day. Uh, Lord, be with everyone that's in this chat today and the rest of the week. And we're all thankful that we're here to serve you in some kind of way. And let's pray that people who need strength, that they will ask for it, and that I know you will give them strength of some kind. And just help everybody in this world so we can all get along and make the world a better place again. Amen.
Amen. Okay, let's bring it up like this. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really had a good time with Brian. It's just so uplifting to, even though we're face to face but we're not in person, but it's so uplifting and I really enjoy this. So
Yeah, sometimes I don't plan things. Sometimes things come to me.
okay.
So, yeah, ain't that something have certain things come to you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for being here. I know everyone enjoyed Brian as much as I did. We are very thankful
It's
for
like
him.
all the stuff, just to have something to do.
Yeah.
Teeth messed up, and we'll figure out how to put it back on.
But I really appreciate you being here, Brian.
I enjoy it.
Well, I'm so glad because we all enjoyed you being here. So, guys, we are going to let you go. May you help someone along life's way, be a blessing to someone else. Goodbye, everybody, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.